Ripple XRP, big surprise for all holders. Is it possible to relist XRP on Coinbase? What will such an event lead to? We will answer these questions in today's video. The current price of XRP for today is $0.35 and the trading volume for 24 hours is $136,000,000 We are updating our XRP price in US dollars in real time. XRP has dropped 30% in the last 24 hours. Welcome to the Rich Club channel. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Do you think the analysts are right about XRP? Write the answers in the comments. Giving away 500 XRP at the end of the week. One random subscriber will receive XRP coins. Take a look at the instructions in the comments section. All you need to do is write the word XRP, watch the video to the end to like and subscribe. The Relative Strength Index, RSI, has not been definitive over the past few days. Last week, the RSI held a neutral value of 50 as support, but recently this level has not passed. Thus, there may be some volatile dynamics during the weekend. Similarly, the Awesome Oscillator, AO, was also below zero. He has not yet shown a strong bearish impulse. The A/D line had a resistance zone that was directly overhead and was indicated by two dotted white lines. If A/D can overcome this region, it will be a sign of sustained demand for the XRP rally. The Directional Movement Index, DMI, showed the absence of a strong trend. ADX, yellow, it was at level 20, ADI just above the 20 mark. Technically, this indicated a bearish trend, but in general meant the absence of a significant trend over the past few days. The $0.35-$0.36 range will be important to protect the bulls over the next day or two. The formation of a lower low below this area will signal bearish strength. Momentum indicators were inconclusive on the lower timeframes. Bitcoin could also strongly influence the direction of XRP in the near future. While the cryptocurrency market does not spoil investors with events over the weekend, the fun is brought by Ripple's technical director and proclaimed architect of the entire project infrastructure, David Schwartz. This time, he was not left indifferent by the tweet of user at lee_signs_, who showed his new license plates on which it was written Connecticut's XRP XLM, where in the comments Schwartz replied that the dot separating both tickers should have been replaced with greater than sign. What do you guys think of my new plate? Just to show for my two favorite assets. Hashtag new financial system at Joel Katz at Jed McCaleb at Thebrable at Digital Asset B at Dig Perspectives at Garlinghouse at Johnny Deaton 1 at Cowboy Crypto 131 at XRP_OWL at Crypto Whale at XRP CryptoWolf at Mason Verslois. This funny case is just an echo of the confrontation between Ripple and one of the creators of the XRP ledger, Jed McCaleb. Nevertheless, there is some truth in every joke, and if you measure the Schwartz equation by market capitalization, it turns out that Ripple's XRP is really bigger than Jed McCaleb's Stellar. For example, Ripple is 6 times larger than its competitor, according to the capitalization estimate of CoinMarketCap, with a company size of $18 billion versus $3.11 billion at Stellar. At the same time, it would be unfair to cover this without a small curtsy to Stellar, especially against the background of the company's quite positive report for the second quarter of 2022. The McCaleb project reported an increase in the total number of Stellar accounts by 28.5% year-on-year to 6.98 million. The number of payments increased by 415% year-on-year and reached 38.786 million, and the number of transactions over the same period increased by 88% to 823.1 million. At Stellar killing it in Q2 2022 #XLM. In addition, we do not forget that the previously loudly publicized partnership of Ripple and MoneyGram was broken due to a lawsuit that has been going on for more than a year and a half, and it was Stellar that became the replacement. Ripple has requested permission from Judge Sarah Netburn to serve 2 subpoenas for third parties who are not parties to the process to verify the authenticity of 7 copies of videotaped public statements by SEC officials regarding previous disclosure requests, RFA, see below. According to Ripple, the Securities and Exchange Commission refused to grant the request. #ZerCommunity, #SecOf versus. #Ripple, #XRP Ripple defendants are requesting permission to serve third-party subpoenas to authenticate videos of public appearances by 7 SEC officials in connection with the previous RFA. The SEC does not give consent, and the SEC tries to reopen the opening. Recall that on July 19, 2022, the court ruled that the parties should meet and discuss the RFA, asking the SEC to confirm the authenticity of 7 videos of public speeches of its officials. Ripple quoted an excerpt from the court ruling. Such an agreement may entail the creation of uploaded versions of comments for authentication and preservation. Following the court's directive, the parties met and conferred on July 27, 2022. Despite the initial agreement that she would confirm the authenticity of the statements as soon as she gets access to the videos, the SEC prohibits Ripple from downloading video content from the platforms on which they are located. The SEC has not yet agreed to Ripple's request. According to Ripple, the videos are hosted on 2 video sharing platforms. 7 videos are subject to the platform's terms of service, which include preventing unauthorized persons from downloading content without prior consent. Based on this, the defendants, including Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, requested consent from video sharing platforms. In response to the request, the platforms demanded that Ripple send a subpoena before it was granted permission to download the video. As part of the effort to ensure the authenticity of the 7 videos, the defendants requested permission to send subpoenas for both video platforms. According to Ripple, the purpose of what is happening is to get the video without violating the terms of service of video sharing platforms. As soon as the subpoena request is approved, the blockchain company intends to provide the video to the Securities and Exchange Commission for authentication. However, the SEC has not yet agreed to Ripple's request. In particular, the Securities and Exchange Commission informed the defendants that it would consent only if the defendants agreed to reopen the investigation so that the Securities and Exchange Commission could now serve its own set of subpoenas to obtain copies of unspecified videos in support of its claims, and only if the defendants agree to waive any objections regarding authenticity and procedural objections to unknown SEC videos, Ripple added. Ripple objects to any attempt to reopen discovery. The blockchain company describes the SEC's terms as completely illegitimate because the Commission did not provide any RFA for authentication at the time of discovery, adding that it strongly objects to any attempt by the Commission to resume discovery. For clarity, Ripple noted that the 2 subpoenas it is trying to file on the video sharing platform are not a step towards reopening discovery and do not pose a problem for the court schedule. The subpoenas relate to the RFA defendants who were served before the end of the investigation of the facts on August 31, 2021, and are necessary to comply with the order, Ripple concluded. Meanwhile, the SEC's refusal to consent to Ripple's subpoena provoked a reaction from attorney Jeremy Hogan, a partner at the law firm Hogan, who said, "Ripple just wants to authenticate 7 videos of SEC employees making speeches, and the SEC is messing with it again. The SEC played games by responding initially last year. Authentication is a standard procedure in lawsuits and shouldn't be that complicated. A request for disclosure of information, requests for admissions, RFA, is a list of questions that are similar in some respects to interrogations, but different in form and purpose. Each question has the form of a declarative statement in which the responding party must then either admit or refute, or explain in detail why he or she cannot either admit or refute the veracity of the statement, for example, due to lack of information, etc." Earlier, the SEC said it could not confirm or deny the authenticity of the video recording with William Hinman, who served as the Director of Corporate Finance of the department. Attorney John Deaton, founder Crypto Law, U.S., criticized the Cointelegraph publication dedicated to cryptocurrencies for not including XRP in its recent survey created to determine the best cross-border payment options. Yesterday, Cointelegraph conducted a survey asking its 1.7 million subscribers to choose which payment method is more suitable for cross-border payments. They included Bitcoin, stablecoins, and traditional banks in the survey. Cointelegraph also gave respondents the opportunity to make their choice beyond the options listed in the comments section. Deaton's reaction to the survey. Deaton called the survey a complete bias against Ripple. According to Deaton, it is well known that the blockchain company is engaged in simplifying cross-border settlements. This survey shows a complete bias towards XRP, Deaton said. Cointelegraph can add Bitcoin and stablecoins to the survey without taking into account XRP, which has been adopted by leading financial giants in cross-border settlements. How could you convincingly suggest this survey by listing #BTC and stablecoins, but not #XRP, he added. In addition, Deaton cited several cases where XRP was used by popular traditional payment companies, including MoneyGram. Since 2015, Ripple has pushed for the adoption of #XRP for cross-border payments. It was used in conjunction with MoneyGram and is actively used by dozens of companies. Deaton has been actively supporting Ripple for many years, and he is not afraid to support the blockchain project at any time. On several occasions, Deaton, who is also an amici curiae attorney in the ongoing Ripple lawsuit against the SEC, has criticized the Securities and Exchange Commission on Twitter. His constant criticism of the Securities and Exchange Commission was one of the reasons why the Commission insisted on excluding him from the case. But Deaton was smart enough to use some of the events of the trial as his defense. These efforts prompted the judge leading the case to reject the Securities and Exchange Commission's motion. What do you think are the prospects for XRP in 2023? Write your forecasts in the comments. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the release of new videos, and do not forget about our contest. Write in the XRP comments to add 500 XRP to your account.